Okay, welcome to episode 13, being recorded on Friday the 13th.
No way.
Oh, wow.
It's a pretty unlucky day for us, isn't it?
I actually think it makes it more lucky.
Oh,
I actually don't
we
believe in
turning
luck.
13 for good.
I don't believe in luck. I believe in grace. The LaCrae line.
That's great.
We had to move a 13,000 pound
13.
rig.
Oh,
wow!
That's That's good.
We had to move a 13,000 pound rig this morning at like 5:30 in the morning. Everyone was very concerned that this thing was going to go through the floor at work. But
Yeah, how'd you carry that?
I'm here to. It actually was put on a
Your shoulder.
hovercraft boards. There was 3 boards that went under it, and there was airlines that hooked
You
up to it,
gotta tell
and
us this
literally
stuff.
the whole thing
Yeah, that's
was
sick.
was
What?
on a hovercraft board. I'll have to
That's
show you the
crazy.
video. It was pretty wild.
Speaking of 13, Hunter has 13 toes. Fun fact.
That
what?
No, he does not.
that's not something I needed to know.
Got the normal 10.
Okay, 13 would be a stretch. That's quite a bit.
That's true. That is true. That's a good intro.
Yeah,
The icebreaker
We-
could be how many toes do we have?
just 4 people going around saying 10.
Still 10.
Yeah,
We can count them.
Trevor just wants an excuse to take his feet out of his shoes.
yeah. I think we're okay.
I did a good job not saying that. I did that on purpose. I was thinking it, though. I'll be honest.
So how's life been, guys?
Oh my
How have you been
gosh.
since the last time we've been in the
Here,
studio?
how about we go around in a circle and we say one good thing that's happened to us this week?
Oh, Hunter.
That is such a great suggestion, Hunter.
Thanks.
Why don't we do that? Chris, go for it.
One good thing that's happened to me this week. Well, I always enjoy Fridays that we get to do this, so I would say
Oh,
a really good
Chris.
thing is getting to hang out with you guys,
Aw,
That's
this is sentimental.
even
That's
if the intro does make it into.
One great thing this week, I shared this the other day with someone, I don't remember who it was, but I have been walking with my mom just like every morning
That's cool.
before I go to work, which is really sweet. I'm
shared
now
that with
remembering,
us.
I shared it with
Yeah.
you guys in our meeting the other day.
But not with everybody.
Good grief. Okay, so that is currently the state of where my brain is at right now. So
Morning walks. There.
yeah. Except I didn't go on it this morning, which is why I think, a little bit more scatterbrained.
Oh.
I think it just kind of like brings me down and is restful. But yeah, I love spending time with my parents and seeing my mom. So that's been very sweet. So now you guys get to hear it again and everyone else gets to hear it for the first time.
I'll
Yeah.
pretend that was the first time. Ashley, that's awesome.
I love Tina so much.
Me too.
Me
She's great.
3.
Trevor.
Okay.
I was agreeing with Hunter. She's great.
Oh, I'm saying Trevor. Like moving on.
I'm saying Trevor.
Yeah. All right. You or me next? He said me next.
Everybody said you next.
MLB The Show came out this morning. It's pretty sick.
That's sick.
Excited to play that. It's a video game. I don't play very often.
A video game called MLB The Show.
Yeah.
You break down what a video game is? I don't know if Chris would know.
So
I know what a video game
Oh.
is. I don't know why you call it The Show.
Well, because that's the name of the game.
I got that, but like you couldn't have thought of a better name.
'Cause that's
Trevor
what they
did
call
not name
That's
it.
what they call the big leagues. Is like you're headed to the show. It's
You have to
baseball.
explain what MLB stands for Chris.
No, Chris was there in the beginning of it.
Is baseball played with? I'm just kidding.
Anyways.
Go ahead.
Also, Italy beat Mexico, which is pretty big news for all you Americans out there.
Arguably, most people.
Most people.
Didn't we like completely tank too?
Well, so that is a hot take. Mark DeRosa, if you're listening to this, I'm sorry to call you a liar. Dude did not know the rules for the World Baseball Classic, and so he was basically tanking the game. He's like, "Oh, we don't need to win." Clayton Kershaw was warming up, and then all of a sudden, I think somebody told him, "Hey, we still need to win this game." So Clayton Kershaw promptly sat down. They brought in a much better reliever, and we still lost, and so we needed Italy to beat Mexico. And they did. So we live to see another day. We play Canada tonight.
Oh,
Oh,
we're
Canada.
we're still in it.
We are still in it.
Wow.
Barely. By the
Because
skin of our
Italy
teeth,
won.
Because Italy beat Mexico. So the tiebreakers worked out.
This is
But
going to be
it's
a
weird.
really dumb question,
How about
but
not?
is this like a new thing? Because we just got done with the Winter Olympics, and now all of a sudden we're
question.
playing
It's every, like, 3
World
years.
Baseball Classic or whatever, but baseball's
It's
also
only
a part
20
of the
years
Olympics.
old. Like this tournament thing, and so relatively new.
Actually, I
for
think
you.
I'm lying. Is baseball a part of the Olympics?
It is this year.
At,
Well, like
in
next,
LA?
the next one, yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, so hopefully it goes like it did in hockey, and we beat Canada again tonight.
Yeah,
We'll
Yeah.
see.
it's good. My good thing this week. So on Tuesday, I went and I hung out with a friend who I haven't seen in a while, or like actually hung out with in a while. And we went to the gym and to Chipotle. The one downside of going to the gym with him is he is significantly stronger than me in everything we did. Like, it wasn't close. I could not come close to the exercise weight that he was using. But it was a really good time. We got to catch up and just talk about how life's been.
Yeah,
So,
it was really nice hanging out with you on Tuesday.
Chris, I agree. It was. Thanks for being
I
there.
mean, he moves 13,000 pound
Over his shoulder.
thingy mabobs.
Yeah.
Racket or
Aircraft
something.
carriers.
Yeah, the hoverboards.
Yeah.
Did you say aircraft carriers?
Yeah, I don't know what you.
Slightly smaller than an aircraft carrier.
2
Yeah.
aircraft
Oh,
carriers.
aircraft
Same thing.
Carrier.
Yeah.
Boat carrier. All right.
Well, thank you for
Mix it up.
that.
That was great, Hunter.
Yeah, that was a good icebreaker.
It's good to reflect on the good things in our life.
Yeah, no, and
It
that
is.
question just came to me.
I sometimes think we don't do it often enough. Like, we talk about gratitude a ton, but when do we
Usually
like
in
publicly
November.
share it? Yeah, honestly,
Especially.
Only in November.
it seems to get more airtime. Okay, so today, I guess we'll say
Now-ish.
Today.
Now,
When you're listening to it,
in the
hear it.
moment, yeah.
Oh, shoot.
Trevor with the hot take. Good job. I want to pose a question about following Jesus. And why does it sometimes seem so hard to follow Jesus? Do you guys ever feel like it's hard to follow Jesus? Or are you just saints that are living with Mother Teresa, just doing your
Never
thing?
met her.
I am working my way to sainthood, but I'm not there yet.
My God.
Saint Trevor has a nice ring to it.
It does have a nice ring to it. It's a quotable quote.
I'm going to
a
be
good question.
concerned if anyone has it all together and it's just super easy. Sorry, Hunter, go ahead. What were you going
No,
to share?
I was just going to say, sometimes it's hard,
Oh, my gosh.
you know? I feel like when there are things I want to do that I'm not able to do because I am following Christ, it can feel tough to want to not do those certain things. You know what I mean? Such as, like, I guess the one thing that comes to mind is, like, gossip can sometimes feel fun, unfortunately, but that isn't what we should be doing as Christ followers. And that's something that I know I need to check my own heart with sometimes and stop myself from doing.
Yeah.
But in the moment, it's like, no, I want to hear what's going on. I want to hear all of this stuff, but that isn't the best most of the time.
Sure.
So that's like kind of a practical example that I can think of when it's hard to follow Jesus. It doesn't mean I'm not following Jesus in that moment and that changes things, but like it still isn't going along with his guidelines and what he's put in place for me to actually be doing in the moment.
Do you find it hard? I heard this once, but I'm interested in your thought. Do you find it hard to discern between what is gossip and what is just like info sharing between friends?
Kind of one of the big ways that I think about is like, would I say this to the person that is being talked
Oh,
about?
yeah.
Sure.
Is the biggest thing. And if the answer is no, then I kind of cut myself off or do my best to cut myself off before I either say it or ask for more information on something. But
Yeah.
you're right. There are times where you need information on people too. And you need to find out something.
Well,
that's
and
up.
like it's funny sometimes I feel like even in this group, like we can joke around and like say funny things with each other. And then someone we know knows that we hung out and like we didn't say the joke or whatever that we said to each other, and then it gets back around where one of us does tell the other person, and that person not there was like, oh, I thought you would have shared this funny thing. Or we come back to each other and we're like, you didn't tell so and so what happened yesterday. And it's almost like, oh, I had permission to
Yeah,
gossip
right, I
about
was
the
able
fun
to
thing.
do that.
Like we
Yeah.
would have shared it if you know.
Yeah.
But I've found that sometimes I kind of use the same like litmus test, I guess you could say,
Yeah.
of would I say this to this person?
right. Right.
It's tough though because I would say a lot of things to a lot of people. So
Yeah.
I gotta be careful.
Well, that's when you have to reflect on like what your intentions are and why you're sharing it in the first place.
Sure.
Because that's more of like a heart check.
Yeah.
Which I feel like, yeah, for you, who's very blunt with people, you should reflect more on, is this fruitful? Is this just because I want to talk smack about somebody? Or is it because I genuinely want to share this with you because I think it's helpful for you to know, or it's something that like we're like praying over this like person that we're in community with.
Yeah.
But you also have to be careful about that because you cannot gossip coding it with, oh, I'm just praying
Yeah.
for them,
Yeah.
because that's super crappy too.
Yeah.
Real.
You can't just spew everything you want in the name of prayer.
Yeah.
Go home and pray for it by yourself then.
Yeah. Can you believe she just said that?
I cannot.
What?
Nothing. I wasn't gossiping. about
Yeah, Chris, stop gossiping about me right in front of me.
Okay, back to it being hard to follow Jesus. As we just go right into where it's hard to follow Jesus. Trevor, Ashley, do you guys find a spot where it's hard?
Yeah, usually when life sucks, it's like, how can I follow somebody who says they're so good
Yeah.
when life is really hard, when I'm struggling to pay these bills, or when I'm feeling so anxious, or I'm feeling angry, or I'm feeling depressed, or like somebody dies? Like, how is it, like, it's like, why would I follow somebody when, all those things happen? Is a spot where I've been before, definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of what I was thinking of just like it's hard to follow him because we live in a broken world, and we're going to constantly live in this tension of what we're going to choose when experiencing that brokenness. Are we going to choose to sit in it and struggle with it? Or are we going to choose to like seek him and experience like his peace and joy and hope and love that like comes? But like those things are hard to choose when life sucks. Like you said, Trev, like there are moments where it's like, this is just hard and there's really no way around it.
Yeah.
But we have to, like, as believers and like followers of Jesus, to actually follow him in action and to choose these things, even when it makes no sense to choose them. And it's hard to choose it. I think the reality is like, it's hard to follow Jesus, but it is so beautiful and fruitful and good. But just because it's good doesn't mean it's easy.
Sure. And I mean, in Matthew, it literally says in Matthew 16, then Jesus said to my disciples, whoever wants to be my disciple must, Jesus said to his disciples. I don't know why I did that. Whoever wants to be my disciples must deny themselves and take up their cross and follow me. For whoever wants to save their life will lose it, but whoever loses their life for me will find it. What good will it be for someone to gain the whole world yet forfeit their soul? Or what can anyone give in exchange for their soul? So it's like, it's funny how Jesus just right out of the gate is like,
Yeah.
this is going to be tough. Why? I don't know about you guys, but like, do you ever wonder why that was the way it was? Like, why did he say it was going to be tough? I don't necessarily subscribe to the notion that he made it tough, but he said it would be.
I mean, I think it comes down to the whole being in a sin-filled world. Like, he knows it's going to be tough for us because sin is in the world. Sin separates us from God, and our inclination is to follow that sin and to do the things we're not supposed to. So he's not even exaggerating saying it isn't going, or like that it's, it's going to be a tough thing to do. But I think what it really comes down to is what Ashley was saying of like, there's so much brokenness in the world, and a lot of it is stuff that we choose to take part in, or we have the option to take part in. And sometimes it seems like that's the easier thing to do because everybody else is doing it. So I think that, he said it as a warning, but also even just so that we're aware of like the state of where we're living. We're far from
Yeah.
Eden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it was actually very like kind of him to share with us of like him actually living in the broken world at that time with his people. That like, yes, it's a warning. Like you need to be like on guard and cautious because it's going to be hard, but like, I want you to be prepared. I want
Yeah.
you to like see this and know this and be aware of this as you follow me. I don't want it to catch you off guard.
It's kind of like if you go hiking and somebody like recommends a trail and like you're expecting it to be an easy one, but like the view's so great, like you just take this little path. Like you're not going to bring the right equipment, you're not going to bring the right snacks, you're not going to bring like the proper like shoes or whatever it is
Sure.
because you don't know what's ahead.
Oh, yeah.
But if they're like, no, like this terrain it sucks. It's probably going to be muddy. It's going to be slippery. You're probably going to encounter maybe even a polar bear, like out in the jungle. You never know.
In the jungle.
You never know.
Okay.
Okay, that's
You
how
do
hard
never
life
know.
is sometimes.
Trevor, you're losing me.
It's like a 12-day trip. You got to be prepared, but that view at the end is so worth it.
Yeah.
And now what?
Were you thinking that this was like a quiet afternoon hike that he started with? Like he went full 12-day trip.
Hey, life's
Polar
hard.
bears in the jungle. Where are we hiking?
Lost.
The island of Lost.
Oh. Yeah.
That's a spoiler.
Shout out.
That's a spoiler.
Yeah, shout out.
From what, the first episode?
Everyone in this group except
Bless
me
you.
has been watching it. So
Hunter's not
I'm
watching
so
it.
far behind.
it did feel a little, I was lost given the.
That's good.
Trevor, what we need to do is we need to bring Chris in on the inside joke, but we can't say it behind his back. We should be really straight up with him.
I've watched Lost.
Chris, I'm going to keep watching Lost.
I'm trying to come back to what you said earlier
Yeah.
about bringing people in on the inside joke.
Lost.
Okay, that was a really good analogy though.
Thanks. I had nothing else to
Do
add.
you always do that? You always have good analogies like that.
Because he has a very creative brain. But you're so right. Like you, it is being like kind and loving to prepare someone for it, knowing that there's like this beautiful like pinnacle at the end of it, but it's gonna be tough. Prepare for it, and like let me help you prepare for it.
The
Yeah.
other part of that is you can't tell somebody to go somewhere that you haven't already been. And Jesus walked and lived a life that was hard, where he was persecuted, where he was like it. He was still fully God, but he also lived a life and had to deny himself. He had to deny these things and had to, push back the enemy. And so he was able to say that it's difficult because he walked the difficult.
Yeah.
And so you can't tell somebody, oh, this is going to be really easy, that's going to be really hard if you've never been there before. So he's
Yeah.
able to give us that insight because he did it himself.
Yeah.
That's good. See, there we go.
Yeah, it's kind of, it's like the general who, a general who's never been in combat versus a general who's been in combat. There's just a difference of opinion when it comes to their leadership and like who's willing to follow them
Yeah.
as well. It's definitely a good reminder. The deny yourself thing. It's funny how like the human condition, sometimes I feel like we can look at the world around us today and we don't necessarily think, I don't know about you guys, I'll give my opinion. Sometimes I can read the Bible and be like, well, there wasn't so many things that was distracting people. So this deny yourself thing, why did it seem like it was so tough to this first century group of people who were following Jesus? But at the same time, I think it's core to like the human condition that there's this, even if there's, because we can think of the things we need to deny, right? Like the luxuries in life, the material things we want to buy, the social media, the whatever it might be. But then if you go back to the first century, like there still were things that people needed to deny.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't manifest itself the same way today. But it kind of puts us all into the same camp. It feels like the great equalizer, I guess you could say, of denying yourself.
Yeah, we have so many things nowadays that are just like in our face that they didn't have at the time that this was spoken. But like at the end of the day, like the things that we need to deny ourselves of, they all come back to the same root problems.
Yeah.
That like, okay, we're distracting ourselves scrolling or streaming because we don't want to deal with the heart issue that we're experiencing. And so we're choosing something that's not him. Okay, I want you to deny yourself of distractions, whatever it might be. It's
Yeah.
different now than it was then, but it's still a distraction that is leading our gaze and focus away from Jesus and towards just like finding fulfillment in the things of the world, which they had then. It just was a little bit different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were just obsessed with planting olive groves. They like couldn't leave the olive groves behind.
That was their distraction. They'd go out and just plant
Yeah.
away.
I mean, you think about it though, like there were certain things that were the equivalent
Yeah.
of, small business endeavors that provided money. And if you had more of it or less of it, like it was a commodity that
Right.
would have played into it.
It's hard to juggle all those wives too.
and going down to the town square.
I thought you were gonna say juggle the olives. I was like, I didn't think wives was coming next. I was like, oh, okay,
But
yeah,
seriously.
sure, wives too.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So then over in John 16, it says in verse 33, in this world you will have trouble. You know, so right within this gospel narrative between Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, we're seeing this like, I think John Mark Comer said it on one of his podcasts. He was like,
JMC.
Jesus really needs a PR department. Like one thing he was missing. Who's calling the 1-800 number, you know, signing up for this when this is the stakes that are kind of put before you.
Yeah.
And then in Galatians, it says, in Galatians 5:16 and 17, it says, so I say, walk by the Spirit, and you will not gratify the desires of the flesh. For the flesh desires what is contrary to the Spirit, and the Spirit what is contrary to the flesh. They're in conflict with each other, so that you are not to do whatever you want. So, like, let's pick that apart in talking about following Jesus, it being hard, denying ourselves. Why do we think, where do we think this struggle either began or why it's there between the flesh and the Spirit?
Eve. It's all her fault.
Just Eve. Ashley, not just
Women.
Just kidding.
Eve. No, Ashley, not women.
Just
Ashley, you're going to get canceled.
Me get myself canceled.
If she's not here next episode, we know what.
Just Ashley.
Yeah.
The producers will have something to say about it, whoever they are.
I think that's just us.
Chris, you got something to say about it?
I'm not the producer. I don't know. What do you guys think, though? Like, what do you? If
I hate to say sin again, but that's where the divide started.
true.
Yeah, it's like Eve way back in the day and Adam. It was a group effort for sure.
Why do so? In response to those verses,
Similar train of thought for sure, but it is so
Sinfulness.
countercultural. Like that isn't
Yeah.
what we as a culture like to do. We think very self-focused. We think of ourselves before we think of other people, and that is a sin issue. But that is also like we have the choice of doing that or not, and it's the easier thing to do. It's much easier to do whatever it is that you want to do rather than doing what it is that you know is right.
yeah,
And like I know I fall into that. I feel like one of the areas where I can tend to fall in that is like apathy and just not wanting to do certain things. Getting stuck in ways like you're talking of like scrolling or streaming or watching sports or whatever. Like those can all be things that aren't bad things in and of themselves, but I know I can put them above going to God first and talking to God. I don't know. That's what comes to mind for me though.
I think it's important to remember that it's not just the things that we see as well, right? Like we're not just fighting against flesh and blood. Like there is a spiritual battle
Yeah.
as well,
yeah.
and that is something that is actively trying to pull us away from those things. So like it might feel like, man, every time I try to read my Bible, I just can't focus, or like something pops up. It's like, okay, that isn't necessarily like just something that's wrong with you. Like you don't just need to like lock in harder. Like yes, like you could, but like the enemy doesn't want you reading the Bible. The enemy doesn't want you going to church. The enemy doesn't want you being plugged into community. And so I don't want us to be too quick to like just assign things to the enemy and give him credit where it's
Sure,
not due.
sure.
But also it's important to remember that we need to push through those hard
Yeah.
things, because if we just give up at the first slight to remember, because just because something's hard doesn't mean it's not good, doesn't mean that it's not
Oh,
worth
yeah.
it, doesn't mean it's not something positive. Back to Hunter at the gym, like
Oh,
if Hunter wants
yeah.
to be like this friend, like that doesn't mean he should give up because this dude is just inherently stronger than him. No, that guy worked really hard to get to that point, and he pushed through the hard things.
Yeah.
Hunter just has to push a little bit harder if he wants to get to that level.
Yeah. I
a
did.
good
I
callback.
did push through the hard things.
Chris did. He's been working for a while now.
Chris
Yeah.
is on that carnivore diet.
Yeah. Ashley, any thoughts from you on that with surrender?
Oh, Can you go back and read the original question? I feel like I've
Yeah.
heard so much since then. I feel like I've
Well,
trailed off. What specifically about surrender? So I got surrender. Okay.
Like, why do we think it's so hard?
Oh.
Like, what do we think is the...
I mean, okay, so this is going to go off of like roughly what they said, but because it takes like action and intentionality, like it's not just something that happens. Surrender isn't just like, it doesn't just exist. We have to intentionally release things. We have to try, and it's hard, and it's painful. And like the analogy of like at the gym, you have to work those muscles. And I think sometimes when you do, it does maybe get like a little bit easier. Like as you train for something for so long, those things start to become familiar, and it doesn't hurt as much when you're doing it. And so I think it's something that we can learn to walk in. But I think it's still going to be hard because we have to let go of things. And I think that's difficult to do, but like we're, I guess, surrendering things into the hands of a good Heavenly Father. And I think it gets easier as it goes a little bit.
Yeah. Going back to what you were saying, Trevor, about distractions, like, have you guys ever been like trekking after something that like you were completely focused on, and there was just that like thing in your peripheral that you're like, what was that? And like instantly took your
Every
focus
single
for
day.
2 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where like, that's how I sometimes see that surrender piece of like, yeah, I'm doing it. What? You know, like, and it's funny how life, enemy, spiritual realm, whatever you want to call it, can play that game in our lives, because it's very subtle. It doesn't need to be this overt like billboard type experience that happens in your life. But man, it just, your mind keeps going to these, even if you look, like you use your senses, right? Look, touch, hear, you're focused in all those areas, but your mind isn't. It's crazy how it just can go a separate way so quick.
When things we're supposed to look past aren't inherently bad. Whether it could be, you know, a job, it could be building a family. Like those aren't bad things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're supposed to lay those things down first and then chase after God. And then out of that, God will, you know, give us what we need.
Yeah.
You know, that might not be the amount of money that I want to make. That might not be, you know, the person that I wanted to be with. That might not be whatever. But if it's what God has for me, that's the important thing.
Yeah.
And so they're not bad things that we're driving by. It's like you're driving to Disney, right? Your kids don't know you're going to Disney, but then like they're like, oh, can we stop at this park? Can we stop here? Can we stop here? Can we stop here? And you who are driving the car know I've got something so much better. They just need to sit in the car and be patient,
Yeah.
right? It's a long drive. But then when they get there, it's like, wow, what if we stopped there and spent all our money here or all our time here? You would have never experienced this.
Right.
And I think God sometimes is driving that car for us where he's like, you know, I know you want this, but if you just hold on, like if you really beg and like if you really work hard enough, you could jump out the car and you could go do that thing. Right?
Sure,
Like,
'cause we still
he's
have a
loving
piece
God, we
that's
still
free
have free
will.
will,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But if we trust him enough to say, you know what, fine, you can keep going. I trust you. I don't know where we're going, but take me to Disney or, you know, whatever God has for us, which might be Disney. I love Disney.
Eternity, which is far better
Eternity.
than
Disney
Disney.
eternity.
I'm riding a magic carpet in heaven.
I'm sure you'll be allowed to. I'm sure it'll be a thing.
Well, if he has them.
Pose this question. We can pose the answer to this question in a negative light, where we can be like, "Oh yeah, it's so hard to surrender because you know our flesh and our will and this thing and that thing and all this stuff." But I think it's that much harder to surrender when it is the good things.
Yeah.
Like, I forget who said this, but like, what good things are you putting aside for the better thing? And what that looks like in surrender, because it's not, I think we sometimes can think like surrendering these things is like, well, I can't do this anymore, and I can't do that anymore, and I can't do. And God's not trying to focus, like, our focus should be on the freedom we have in Christ for the things we can do, not the things that we can't do, but also looking at the things that are really good and saying, well, maybe that's not the best thing. Like, maybe we should be focused on the better thing, whatever that could be. I think it's good to sometimes take mental stock of those things, because when you're constantly looking for the negative, that's all you're going to look around your life for, is the negative thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, like, God wants to clean up those things, but then sometimes it could be something as simple as it's probably like a controversial take, but like someone who serves at church like 6 days a week. Maybe you need to surrender that. Like, maybe you need to surrender some of those opportunities, especially if you're feeling like, oh man, what's going on in my faith?
Yeah.
I'm constantly at church. I'm constantly doing the thing. Yeah, but are you making space for him? Like, are you,
Right.
I would like to think that's probably true of anyone in a couple's relationship, that if you're constantly together, but you're constantly like busy doing things, like, oh, we got to do this paperwork or this spreadsheet or this thing, and you're together, but you're doing it. Are you actually ever really connecting with each other?
Right.
Are you learning more about each other? Are you enjoying each other's company? Like, not really. You're coexisting, but I have met people who live like that, and then they're like, I just don't understand, like, our relationship just feels like it's not going anywhere, that there's, distance or whatever. And we can put that same thing into play with our relationship with the Lord.
We can become roommates with God very quickly.
Yeah.
We live with him. We are in the same house. Like, we cross paths all the time. I think that analogy of like being at church, like, that's not a bad thing. But are you spending time? Are you sitting down at the kitchen table and eating dinner with him? Are you, like, and what that looks like, is that praying, right? Is that reading your Bible? Is that serving somewhere else? Or is that taking, a step back and, just being with him? I think that's a really good point.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of an analogy too. I really am.
Well, I mean, not everything has to be the same.
Watch this. Okay, so it's like
Okay.
candy.
Oh my
When you're
gosh.
eating candy, candy is such a good thing. But if you have too much candy, it can lead to dental damage and health damage.
That was weak.
But what I'll say is, yeah. You hear me?
Hunter, you don't always have to contribute something.
I was just trying to think of an analogy. I feel like I can't do it. I need to stretch myself. That's good.
Sorry, that was kind of
Pipe
mean.
down respectfully.
No, I really value the things that you have to share,
Thanks.
but you don't have to force it.
I love when Ashley says a diss and then says
I know.
something nice. Like,
It's like
I can't
cancel
be
it out.
mean. I can't be mean.
Ashley can never be mean.
I am mean sometimes.
What? I'd like to think I'm the same way. I can be mean, and then I can be very caring.
And mean also isn't always a bad thing. Sometimes people need you to be mean to them.
Yeah.
As long as it's not like mean. Like
So-
when Ashley's mean to me, I'm like, oh yeah,
I need it.
she cares. I needed this.
Straightforward and mean aren't the same thing.
But they do go hand in hand sometimes.
Okay.
Anyways, Chris.
Yeah.
Put us back on the rails.
Well, I think the train is coming into the station to just keep going.
Oh, what a great
That's a good
Visual.
analogy.
They said get us back on the rails, but I think as we wrap up tonight, it's a good reminder, like, just honestly what you were saying, Trevor, before Hunter's candy fiasco,
Fiasco.
with like treating God as a roommate and looking at that in the lens of the initial question we asked, which is, do you find it hard to sometimes follow Jesus? I think it's a good word picture, especially for this generation, to kind of process through. Like, how do you see your relationship with Jesus? How do you see your relationship with God? And what can you do to not make it that? To not make it where it's, well, yeah, I saw him once a week, and we see each other in passing, aka the Bible sits on the shelf, or you heard a worship song in the car. but how do you make it something where it's that actual relationship?
Yeah.
It's a good thing to think and pray on, because God, like, we sometimes think that God is this person who doesn't. I want to be careful with my words. I almost feel like we think that he doesn't have a personality, and so we do this thing where we're like, well, God, bless me today and bless this person and give me wisdom and help me, and yeah, okay, thank you, amen. And we've all heard, I've prayed those prayers. Like, I'm not mocking anyone who prays those prayers. I've prayed those prayers. But I'd like to think, if I'm trying to get to know you, Hunter, or any of you guys, and that's all I said to you every day,
Right.
one, like, thank God is above us as humans.
Yeah.
Because as humans, we'd be like, yeah, no, I don't want that relationship. Now, God doesn't do that.
Right.
God. Why would, this is kind of dull and boring. Like, why would this be something that feels like a fruitful relationship if that's all I'm putting in is
Right.
here's this quick hit list and okay, see you later, bye.
Yeah. It's good.
That is really good, Chris.
Cool.
I think it's important to remember too that like doing these things is not the most important thing, right? It's not about praying, it's not about serving, it's not about reading your Bible. Like those are all really good things, but that's not what saves us. That's not what like it helps us look more like Jesus, but ultimately the best way or the only way is that he is with us, right? And that we spend that time with him. He's who saves us. He's who transforms us.
Yeah.
And he's who makes us look like him. But if you're not spending time with him, if you're not reading your Bible, if you're not doing these things, then you're not spending time with him. So it's kind of a catch-22, right? Like you can't be like somebody if you don't spend time with them, but it's not the spending time with them that does it, but it's he who does it. Like it's kind of this weird thing. But don't try so hard to now don't just be like, I'm going to read the whole Bible every single day, right? And then I'm going to be like Jesus. Like, no, sometimes we can read so much that we forget who he is, right? Or sometimes we listen to too much worship music where it's like, do I even know how to worship on my own? Like, don't work so hard, but just sit and spend time with him
Yeah.
sometimes.
Be still and know.
Yeah. Right.
Like, I truly believe one of the most difficult things for anybody in this age we're in, 2026, is, do we know how to be still? I don't think we do. I think we've completely lost it. And yet the Bible is the guidebook. It is the way to life. And God's very clear, in verses like that. Be still and just know that I am God. So how do we do that? How do we walk that out? I think that's a good question to leave, like almost leave the podcast on a cliffhanger of like, how do you do that? How do you be still and know? Go do it. Because it does look different for every person and it's going to feel different for every person.
Yeah.
It may be instrumental worship music. It may be contemplative prayer. It may be a walk in nature. It may be just sitting and not thinking and training your brain to not think, to have a moment. There's so many different ways, but I think it's a good cliffhanger to end on.
Yeah.
Be still and know. Cool.
Cliffhanger.
Yeah. All right. With that, I always turn it over to Trevor and our maestro of information.
If you're listening to this. So
If you want a new way to listen.
we are found on YouTube. We are found on Instagram at LCB_young adults. Same thing with YouTube. And the Here Now podcast on Apple, Spotify, and Amazon Music. We also are looking for a sponsor. So if you or anybody want to sponsor us, maybe you have connections somewhere, maybe you know somebody who would sponsor us, we got empty tables. We could put merch out. I'll wear something. Hunter would shave his head for it.
I would. Yeah.
But yeah, we're looking for a sponsor just to continue furthering the mission of what God is doing. And so if anybody wants to partner with us, we would love to say your name right here, right now.
Oh, look at that. That was a great
That's
way
really-
to end
that
it,
was really
Trevor.
good.
Alrighty, until next time. See you later.